And the Aruch hashulchan continues. Hashmat, have you ever heard miyimech in any of your days, sheyeh bein chachmi Yisrael haholchem b'derech hatalmud machloikes, b'ikri malachas Shabbos v'yamtiv? Have you ever seen a machloikes amongst chachamim of Klal Yisrael, of the Jewish people, in the Talmud, in the Gemara, those who follow the Gemara? Have you ever seen a machloikes about what a malacha is on Shabbos? About, is this a malacha, is this not a malacha? Oy b'hayamim shezeyakam ezeyacher chalila lo'yisaklis b'Yisrael. Have you ever found in the days of the calendar that one is earlier, one's later? Do we have different calendars? Do we have different zmanim? You never found anything like this b'Yisrael. Kol Yisrael makabel ma'Shabbos v'yamtiv b'shoachas. Everyone's makabel Shabbos or yamtiv in the same time, in the same hour. Miktzei oilam ad katzeu, from one side of the world to the other side of the world. B'shkias lachama, at the time of sunset, in that place, in that area. And more than that, you'll see you'll find miracles on the truthfulness of our Messiah, of Torah Sheba'al Peh. It's more than 1800 years that the Jewish people have been spread out from one side of the world to the other side. They had no connections, because of their language barriers, like those from Russia, Poland, Österreich, from Eastern Europe, from Paras, Morocco, Algiers, Tunis, Tripoli. There was no connection between these countries. And it's only 400 years Shiatza Chachmas Hadfus that, printing presses came out, La'or Olam, for the world. There was no connection before the last 400 years. There was no connection between the different these different countries. And in Africa there was no connection. We have by us, some chadashim, some months are moli, some are chaser. V'cheshvan v'kislev, pam sheshneim malayim, pam sheshneim chaserim. Cheshvan Kislev, sometimes they're both moli, sometimes they're both 30-day months, sometimes they're 29-day months. Shech and mali v'echad chaser, sometimes there's one's moli, one's a chaser. Have you ever found that in these hundreds of years, have you ever found that they had different customs in different places to do that? We have some years that you have 2 adars. Sometimes you have an Ibor Shana, a leap year, after 2 years. Sometimes you have it after 3 years. Have you ever found have you ever found a difference in the calendars from those from Morocco to those from Russia? And one of the Chachamim from Yavan said that he made a cheshbon, he made a calculation that the fact that the Jewish people know the moilad, the way of the calendar, it itself is a miracle. It's a miracle about the prophecy. It proves the prophecy of the Jewish people, of Torah Sheba'al Peh, of the truthfulness of it. Because there's no way, it's so complicated to create a moilad that would work forever and ever amongst all generations without having any computers, any technology, it's amazing. And none of these things you can find in the Torah Sheba'al Peh. It's all attributed to Torah Sheba'al Peh, to that which the Chachamim expounded upon when learning, what the previous generation found, but what they received from Halacha Moshe Sinai, which, as we're showing, is a nevuah, is a prophecy. Now, ha'omnam amudei ha'kabbalah me Torah Sheba'al Peh chazakim karoi mutzak. The pillars of the Messiah, of Torah Sheba'al Peh, are strong like a mirror, like a metal, like a certain metal. Asher kol kli yutzar alav, any keli, any vessel that you put against it, lo yitzach l'shabra, it will not be able to break it. V'chol ruchai said, any wind lo yanideu mimkam, will not be able to move it away, la'akroi, to remove it. If you had great sounds, sounds that could, that break the wave, that make the waves, the Torah Sheba'al Peh will not move. In other words, Torah Sheba'al Peh, this Messiah is so strong that nothing will move it. And any argument that Tanam and Amayram had, whatever they had, it was just to understand the concept very properly. It was to understand the words of Hashem. They all have a place in halacha, in Torah. This is the beauty of our Torah, the holy Torah. The Torah is called a shira, v'tiferes, and wonder. Hashir, the song, that which we call a song, is that because the voices are different from each other, because we have so many different views and understandings of the same mitzvah, that's what makes it a shir. This is the beauty of it. Somebody who is swimming in the Yam HaTalmud, he will see ni'imos meshunos, beauty. He will see sweetness. From all the voices that are different from each other, he will gain pleasure from seeing these different views. Ha'amnam kol zehu lepilpal atayra. This is all for pilpul to further understand the Torah. Aval halacha lamaisa, but when it comes to halacha, like kol adam zeicha l'shiv mayim chayim lahalacha. Not everybody is zeicha to draw out the halacha, what should come out as the halacha, the conclusion. Ulamaisa behayam agadol hazeh, because of this great Yam HaTalmud, because it's so large and there's so much in it. Because of this, the Rabbi Seinu, our rabbis over the years, had they started a movement, Hakdama, in the early ones, they realized this, through, and some were codified. They shortened the halachos, Rabbeinu Agadol Rav Alphas, like Rav Alphas the Rif, Rabbeinu HaRosh and the Rosh. So they shortened it so that we could understand the halacha lamaisa. And some drew from this and made halachas, like the great, the great eagle Harambam Zal, Rabbeinu Yaakov al Turim and Rabbeinu Yaakov al Turim. So they created a form of the halachas, so we could learn halachas by themselves. Because there are so many opinions. Two Gedolei Hador got up, Yosef HaTzadik, which refers to Rav Yosef Karo, the author of the Shulchan Aruch, and Moshe Sholikim, Moshe the man of Hashem, which refers to the Ramah, Moshe Isserlis. They made these great Sfarim, Bekamus Ve'echos, in terms of size and content, al Sifrei HaTorah, based on the Torah, Beis Yosef and Darkei Moshe, who were the Beis Yosef and Darkei Moshe, the Pirushim on the Torah. Shama Bo b'Mishpat, there they decided, al Kol Chilukei Hadeyos, they decided on the different arguments, Merabbi Seinu HaRishonim, from the Rishonim, V'Rabbeinu Baal Beis Yosef, Pasuk L'Halacha Kishnayim Mishloisha Arayim. The Beis Yosef generally passed in like 2 out of the 3 shepherds, Harif, V'Aram, and V'Arosh. Those are the big 3, and the Beis Yosef, which is the Machaber, the Shulchan Aruch, decided based on the majority of those 3 Rishonim, of what they held. Ulasher Kiberei V'Adinim Harif, V'Aram, and B'Chodesh Shitza. Usually the Rif and the Rambam agree in one sheet. The Kaimu, that's how they go together. V'Arosh Zal Holuch B'Dei Yosef Al Pi HaRoiv Achrei Rabbi Seinu Atzaraftim. And the Rosh usually goes after the Rabbanim from France, as opposed to the Rif and the Rambam, they were from other areas. Balei HaTosus. But the Rosh generally went the Balei HaTosus from France. L'chein Rabbeinu HaRamah nota b'rei v'adinim achrei Rabbi Seinu Atzaraftim. The Ramah generally goes after who's also the Darkei Moshe. He generally goes after the Rabbanim who were from Tzarfat, which is the Balei HaTosus. V'Ashkenazim, and the Ashkenazim she'anu b'bnei b'neim, and we are from their children. We are from Ashkenaz. Umizeh chibru hashulchan haTorah, from there the Torah Dika table was set l'fnei Hashem, before Hashem, based on a pasuk. Ki kule zav tar, it's all gold. Veikach Moshe atzmusa shel Yosef. Hatzadik Moshe Isilis took the atzmos shel Yosef Hatzadik. In other words, the Torah of Rav Yosef Karo. Veichnes dvara b'toch divrei Rabbeinu Habeis Yosef. And he put his words together with Rabbeinu Habeis Yosef, the Shulchan Aruch, v'shneim ke'echad banu es kol beis Yisrael b'dinim hanoegim ezman hazeh. And together they built the Jewish house with all the halachas that would be nogeya, that we need to transfer over to our children, our children's children nowadays. So the Shulchan Aruch is based on the halachas that was put together for the Jewish home, for the different halachas that are relevant to all of us nowadays, not for the halachas that were nageya, for the times of the Beis Hamikdash, but for the times of Zman Hazeh.